Greetings and shalom family. I'm super excited to present this video to you guys today. So if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and join me on this journey. I have been water bath canning for the last few weeks now. Just about anything I can think of, applesauces, jams, pumpkin puree, soups, just about anything that I want to preserve. And I'm going to show you guys just how easy it actually is. In today's video, I'm making a very simple, very easy to make applesauce. Depending on how you like your applesauce, you're going to make it to your own preference. Me personally, I've always liked applesauce as a kid and my kids love it. So it was really a no-brainer that this is something I would want to preserve. I started by heating up my pan, throwing in some butter, adding my chopped apples, and seasoning it to my liking. Heavy on the cinnamon, that's just my preference. I cooked my apples down until they were soft and tender, making sure to keep tossing them around in the pan so that the butter or the apples don't stick or burn. Added a little bit of water to help it cook down a little more. Added some lemon juice just to help with the preservatives. And this is just a tip that usually when you find canned food, it'll say citric acid on it. And really all that is you need some sort of acid added in your food because the acid helps to preserve the shelf life. If you like your applesauce a little thicker, you can just mash it up while it's all in the pan, but I decided to blend it up a bit. I washed my jars thoroughly and then I put them in piping hot water, and this helps the jars not to crack when you pour the hot contents in them. So this is just a tip: hot food, hot jars. Do not pour hot food into cold jars or else the jars will crack. Now that I have my jars ready, I'm going to take this ladle thing and I'm going to pour my applesauce into the jars, making sure I'm leaving at least an inch of headspace in each jar. I'm going to go in with this spatula thingy. You can use a spoon or a plastic knife, but I'm using this rubber spatula to debubble, making sure that I'm letting out any air bubbles that may be trapped at the bottom or on the sides of the jar. I took extra caution in making sure that the rims of my jars were really cleaned. During my experience, there was one time that a jar didn't seal properly, and I think it was because I had a little bit of food on the rim of the jar. So make sure that you clean that rim really well so that it gets a proper seal. I went ahead and placed my lids carefully onto my jar, and then I put the rings on the lids, screwed them fingertip tight. And they say fingertip tight. You'll hear that phrase a lot in the canning world because you don't want to do it super duper tight to the point where it's so hard to come off, but just tight enough to the point where you can ensure that the contents will remain in the jar while processing. Make sure that the pot you use has a rack or a towel at the bottom of it, and you're going to go ahead and place those jars into your piping hot water. It's best to place them into water that's already boiling, but when the water starts boiling, that's when you're going to start the timer. So I process these in boiling water, high boiling water, for about 20 minutes. When the 20 minutes was over, I let them sit in the pot just for an extra 10 minutes just to cool down a bit before I pulled them out and sat them on my towel. And now we're going to wait. As you can see, the lid still pops in and out, so we're going to let these sit overnight and check on them in the morning. So it is the next day. We're checking on the applesauce, and I'm so excited to see that the lid is not giving me any give back. The seals are completely sealed. And I'm happy, I'm excited. Let's take that ring off and see what we have. So as you can see here, I have a perfect seal. The lid does not move whatsoever. I can pick this jar up by the lid. I can turn it upside down, and the lid does not budge. And this right here is what you call a perfect seal. Perfectly sealed. This is the seal of approval. When that lid does not move, you know that you're good to go. Next, all we have to do is get some labels on these babies, and then we're gonna place them away in our pantry along with all of our other canned goods. So it's pretty simple. I hope this video was inspiring, insightful. I hope it has inspired you to begin your canning journey. It's highly rewarding knowing that I'm going to have fresh jams and homemade applesauce that last until my children have children. This is such a revolutionary act, and in my opinion, it's one way that we can take our power back. This is how we can take back our stance on our food. First, starting with growing our own food, learning how to grow it. Next is learning how to preserve it. So wherever you are in your journey towards living a more self-sustainable lifestyle, I pray that this video has been beneficial to you. I know that I didn't mention every single thing detail by detail, so if there's anything you guys would like me to elaborate on, or if you have any other questions or comments, please don't hesitate to drop them in the comment section below. I read and respond to every comment that I receive, and I absolutely love interacting with you guys, connecting with you guys. So please don't hesitate. Don't be shy. Write a comment down below. Let me know if this video has helped you or inspired you in some way. And I give thanks for the way my channel has been growing and blossoming over these past few weeks. You guys have been so supportive. I love you. And until next time, I will see you in the next video. Shalom and have an amazing day.